basically something that looks like this. And you're all locked around. You see, you guys are locked separately from any of the other prisoners they've taken.
Are we locked to each other?
No, your hands are bound, but you're inside the same cage. You're not chained up one by one anymore.
Are we all awake?
You're all awake, yes. That was for what you guys got on your transport.
Do we still have our stuff with us?
You have none of your gear. You are basically in rags. You don't know whether it's been taken, whether it's been left behind. You have no clue. Those of you whose weapons were in the tavern do not have. They're probably not here.
Where are we? What's going on? She'll start trying to struggle to get her arms out of the
Make me a strength check. The chains.
Illiyanna would, if she could, reach up to rub her head, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Just say, I want to be careful. We don't want to get knocked out again.
Yeah, you pull as hard as you can, nothing.
She'll stop and she's like, this is bad. Where are we? She'll start looking around. Like,
I don't know.
Examining.
Were we woken up enough times where like we didn't get a full rest?
You're not sure whether. I'll tell you guys have a full rest.
Okay.
You don't know how many days it's been.
So we are back to full health.
Yeah, but you're all at one stage of exhaustion. Because you haven't eaten. I'll tell you what you're...
There anyone else around? Any of the Gnolls or...
You hear them moving around. So, by the way, level 1 of exhaustion is disadvantage on ability checks. You kind of see some. They're saying you see another kind of cage on the other side of this temple. Maad, you're the only one that can see clearly there. It's more than 60 feet away from you.
I can't see anything?
You can see, but clearly is a difference. It's like the sun is almost coming down. You're in that dusk where it's starting to get dark. You can't see them because they're more than 60 feet. You can make it out, Antlyn, but not be able to see clearly. There's a difference.
And you said the other cage had the other prisoners in it?
It seems to be prisoners. You're not... You couldn't... give me an investigation.
Is there a doggy? Like it shows on the picture?
Yeah, it's not a dog. It seems like
I'm going to use the... Do I get... No, the inspiration's already done. 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Inspiration's long gone. 13. Can't be sure that they're from Oxford, but more than likely, you gather.
And there's just the 2 cages?
That is, as you look around currently, all that you see for cages. Yeah, bro, you can give me a perception check, because those of you that are scanning the room. Okay.
Can I search for like a way out inside my cage? Like if there's any like loose bars or anything like that?
You're gonna make a lot of noise potentially doing it, but you can. It'll be an investigation.
Okay. 19.
Okay, so Illiyanna, Breanne, and Thomas. Illiyanna's seeing a little bit more than the others. You know, there's blood. They seem to have been sacrificing animals and stuff. Some sort of altar with like candles everywhere. Illiyanna, you see the edge of your vision. You can start to see the altar. You can see chains, like heavy metal chains. Antlyn moving around, trying to pry bars, anything that you know, there's rusted with enough force you could probably force your way out as you kick, and but it's not like it's a super easy way out. Maad, with the longest view, you see on the altar. You see a very familiar form on the altar. Gold scales, chained down, seemingly still alive as much as you are. Yet to have been sacrificed, at least.
Bellarmine.
Correct.
Bellarmine. Where's Bellarmine?
Breanne, does he say that in character?
Yep.
Her head whips around.
She's
and
chained
she's like,
to the altar.
She's on the altar, there's chains there.
You can't see.
Breanne, hearing this, is gonna try and break out.
Breanne, we gotta keep calm.
Give me a strength check.
That's her best friend. She's gonna try and break out.
I would try this.
15.
15. Is anyone attempting to intercede?
Yes.
I need athletics checks from you.
Yes.
guys.
Nat 20.
Okay. You go to bunt it, and just Maad throws his body on top of you and catches you off balance, and you are down.
He's gonna get punched.
His body. You are currently grappled. He is holding your body down. You need
We
to break the
gotta-
grapple first.
So we're all chained down, aren't we?
Yeah, you're all your arms are chained. You're not chained to the floor or anything.
Okay, and we're inside of a cage?
Yes.
The same cage or separate cages?
You're all one big cage.
Breanne,
We gotta
Breanne,
stay
stop.
calm.
we need to think. We can't help Bellarmine. If we rush in there and try and get her out without a plan, they could be watching us. They could just be waiting to knock us out again, and then they can do whatever they want, and we won't be any the wiser. Come on, you're smarter than this. I know. If she's
She's
up
really
and
not. She has a 10
What?
intelligence.
Illiyanna doesn't know that.
But even on a 10 intelligence, she's commonly smart. You know, a 10 intelligence is average. Even with an 8 intelligence doesn't mean that you don't understand danger.
Sadly, Roselynn has a -1.
Well, it doesn't matter. But I don't. If
What
we
are all
sit
of your
and-
wisdoms? The two of you.
13.
Yeah, you know that that's a dumb idea. Wisdom. This isn't book reading. This is survival.
Yeah, Illiyanna's is a 10, so.
Thomas just sits there, just looking around.
Matt, give me another investigation check as you've been scanning and you were looking towards those prisoners.
Who do you want to give you another
Matt,
investigation?
he's the only one that can see the other cell.
Gotcha.
Looking, again, them shifting and moving. You spot someone that you've met before.
Mm-hmm.
You spot Frankie.
I see Frankie.
Sitting next to a very short, older individual.
Thomas. I can see Frankie and a little man next to him.
You could see.
Thomas is like, Dad?
You shout it out.
Yes.
Thomas? Hearing your dad's voice. You also hear it's drawn some attention. Gnolls or footsteps are coming towards to investigate.
Dad, where are we? What's going on, Dad?
I don't know. They knocked us out in the field. Apparently they sacked the city.
Do you know anything about Mom or anything?
She's not here.
What's going on?
She's not here, so we can only hope the best.
Thomas just frantically starts looking for like a way out or, something.
You can give me an investigation. You can see enough around yourself.
How big are the bars?
Thickness, or are you asking gaps?
Gaps.
They're similar to like an animal pen. Like, not like, but they're like thick. They're probably maybe like Thomas with, his best attempt could potentially squeeze through if his hands weren't bound, because he could shift his shoulders better.
That's what she wanted to do.
Thomas, you look about, and the bars at the very top of the cell, which is a good 10, 12 feet high, like kind of a domed cell, they seem, to have seen some rust damage. They'd probably be the easiest ones to break, but still decent enough where they're, you would have to be very careful not to get killed doing this by the Gnolls.
Okay. Thomas will point it out to, to them and say, look.
What?
The footsteps get closer. Because, you did shout, so they're going to come investigate.
Right. I completely understand.
They look.
I could lift you up. I assume is it high?
It's about you would need to build almost a human pyramid. Thomas isn't that tall, and neither is. Who's the tallest person in the party?
Antlyn is 6'2".
Anyone taller than 6'2"?
No.
So Antlyn with his wingspan could maybe reach 8 foot. Thomas, how tall are you?
About 3 foot.
He could potentially get up there with a little bit of a reach, but it's going to be hard because again your hands are shackled together at the wrists.
Right.
It's possible, but it's a lot of, and you guys are feeling worn down, hungry.
I want to keep an eye out for what's coming.
You hear the claws on the slate as these gnolls come growling, sniffing at you, and they look over as they approach. Well, you guys are able to somewhat keep yourselves calm. That other cell is not. They reach in, opening one of the gates, pull out a prisoner, and begin to drag them out. Almost as a warning.
Leave them be.
You yell, "Leave them be."
Yep.
Two of them come towards you.
I'm assuming. I'm sorry.
You can go. I'm just saying, two of them start approaching towards you. You have a few, 30 seconds before they reach you.
Okay. Thomas. I'm assuming Thomas recognizes the person they're dragging. Is it somebody from the village?
See him. You can hear it, but it's just out. You can't see it clearly because the light's fading and there's not enough light over there. The only reason Maad can is because he's got the warlock thing, 120 feet.
Right. So Thomas will, call and go, "Hey, come on! You want to pick?"
Roselynn will kind of give them both a rather rough look.
What?
There's 4 or 5 gnolls now stand outside your cage, all of coming over. One pulls the gate open, and they snatch the halfling. They grab Thomas right up.
I step forward.
They slam the door towards your face unless you're going to try and do something else. Mind you, they have no problem. It's apparently killing things.
Right. I would basically slam myself against the door as they're closing it.
I want to help.
Both of you make strength checks. Remember, they are both at disadvantage. Okay. Maad, as you guys both try and slam into the door, these other 4 just push the gate back down. One of them grabbing onto you and Roselynn, both pulling you against the cage as you can smell the dried blood on their teeth as they snarl. They pull you hard enough where your head smacks against the metal bars and they let you go. And they begin to drag Thomas out as well. Thomas, they do.
Thomas.
Good.
No, go ahead. No, I was going to say Thomas is. Oh yeah, come on, 4 or 5 of you. Yeah, that's nothing.
They drag you by the other cage on the way outside of the temple. You see, at this point, being close enough, your father, Frankie, a number of people you know. You scan through, you don't see your mom, you don't see Bessie.
Right.
As they bring you alongside this other person outside. As they break the doors open, you can see the sun setting on the along this this forest, deep woods as you've never seen. Thick woods like this, Thomas. You've been all around Oxford. You have no clue where you are. They proceed to drag you along this cobblestoned walkway as you hear the waves smashing out the coast again on the rocks. They bring you towards this kind of cliff, and all you see is blue ocean. Reflecting the setting sun. As there is that large gnoll with the flail there. There's the other one, patched up, wounds tended, some healing. And then there is a individual sitting in this almost stone-like carved seat. Simply points one finger.
To recognize this individual.
You haven't seen their face yet.
The first session.
No, you haven't seen their face yet at all.
Okay.
But you just see one gloved finger point towards, this young girl. Probably how old's Thomas?
19.
19.
Mm-hmm.
Just sits, just points towards probably a couple of years younger. 16, just on that verge of adulthood for Middle Ages, right? Which should be able to do. He points towards her, snaps his fingers, and you watch them brutally tear her throat out. And then motions the hand for the two that you are being held by.
Of course, Thomas screams, no, you want somebody to take me instead, so.
You hear a faint chuckle as you do. Scream this. I would never dare to interrupt a game, Thomas.
Thomas looks at her and goes, this isn't a game anymore.
It's, as you're pulled around, you see a male figure. Very, almost on a different tier of personal looks than anyone else. Pristine skin. Dashingly handsome. He just sits there and looks at you.
Oh, you got me a mirror. Thank you.
You must be Thomas, right? And he puts both hands up. The Bard.
Thomas just looks back at him. Sorry, I don't believe we've had the pleasure.
Oh, the pleasure is definitely yours, don't you worry. Interesting creatures, aren't they, these ones? Points to the two. They're quite different than the ones you were killing so easily. Gnolls. Abominations, if you ask me. You may call me a Xynos. I will type it out, Thomas, don't you worry.
Thank you. Because I know that Firefly will thank you as well.
Thank you.
There you go.
I offer you a deal. You like deals, right? Ones that save
I'm listening.
you, Frankie, and your father's life.
I'm listening.
You hate that dragon, don't you?
The end of the world? Of course I do.
The end of the world. Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's cute. I mean, enough of them could be the end of the world. But more, I like red compared to Golds think they're noble, try and protect humanity. Red's just unbridled carnage, murder, death in the streets, fire burning. It's a beautiful thing. So, you don't want to die to, well, Sirius's youngest, do you? I will also spell that for you.
Okay.
Thank you. You're way back from the temple.
Oh, I forgot. He doesn't like when people know his name. He kind of, chuckles slightly. He grabs some stones and holds it out, and he shows you a symbol that you have seen before.
The one on the door? Okay.
You saw this on the book.
On the book, okay. Right.
You note this as this is the symbol of the Whispered One. And we call them Sirius. This child, he tends to take common whores and bed them, creating these impure beings. The last one, she got what was coming to her. Tried to play me. Silly girl. But in the end, it still ended in murder, so I guess she did help up her end of the bargain. I do have a temper. It's mother's problem. Really. You have a mother, don't you? Still cowering in that little cellar of yours?
Thomas, of course, moves his chains and all that kind of stuff.
I know where she is, don't worry. She's safe. We all have our weaknesses. He looks to him. Here's my bargain. I personally love a good betrayal. Don't you? Best stories end in betrayal, don't they? Like that, was it that story that's the reason that you were to die? That, story, what did she call herself when she met you? And told you it?
Thomas holds on and looks through his notes. Sorry, give me just a moment. Anya.
Oh. Not even the dignity to introduce you with her real name. You should know her by Kara. I will also spell X, it's not spelled normally. Sure, I get you.
Thank you.
There you go.
She does. She's great. She's great talent. Strikingly beautiful. Did she come in halfling form, or did she do her normal elven routine?
Thomas looks to him and goes, are you going to tell me the story, or are you going to make me the deal, or what are you planning to do?
I'm in a business. Puts down a black shiv in front of you. Kill everyone in your cell. I'll let you kill the dragon for free. I know you want that, don't you? And I will make sure that you, your father, and Frankie can return home. And he points to the setting sky. Well, I mean, that is really your clock, because I will let her just kill all of you. I don't mind. Because your 8 days are moments from being up. And she is very close. Oh, so very close. I can smell her. She's coming, Thomas. She's coming. He stands up and just looks to you and says, the choice really is yours. Don't worry. If you commit these acts, I'll make sure you have my blessing. Said prayers, and walks towards the woods, away from you, leaving this obsidian shiv right in front of you.
Thomas looks at the knife for a minute. And starts truly considering. His mind flashes back to his life before, and in his life with these people, and being yelled at about how the dragon did nothing to him, and how basically they degraded him. And he continues to ponder for a little bit. He reaches for the knife.
Mm-hmm. They allow you to take the knife.
He stops right before he touches it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It almost seems like it's drawn into your hand.
Yeah.
Shakes, and the obsidian knife shakes slightly before you touch it, being that close to it.
He thinks back and he remembers his mother's words to him before they left. And he draws his hand away. He goes, well. He smirks a little bit. He goes, seems like this is going to be a short trip.
The Gnolls, seemingly hearing something you don't, put their arms back on you and drag you back inside as they bring you back to the cell. You guys see Thomas be dragged back in, seemingly not even beaten. And kind of the cell door opens. This time there's plenty of them there ready for you as they kind of, they don't even toss him in. They just kind of put him to the cell and let go of him, seeing if he'll walk in on his own.
Goes to the corner and just sits down. Puts his, basically, just sits down, puts his knees up and all that, and puts his, his shackled hands, and arms across his legs. Not like holding him to his chest or anything, but just, sitting down and, he just seems thoughtful.
Thomas.
He seems what?
Thoughtful, in thought.
You okay?
Don't tell me you gave up after whatever they did to you.
Hey. Antlyn, we don't know what happened.
We don't know what happened, but we're still in this cage.
And you don't get to accuse him of giving up.
Right, and he keeps looking for a way out.
I thought they would kill you.
Thomas says, we have just... by the way, is there any sunlight or anything coming in?
It's slowly receding. It's not, it's much less than it was before. You're getting to almost the evening.
Right. He'll say, when that light's gone, our time is up.
No.
Oh. Has it been that long? I thought... Where did they take you? Okay? Did you know where we were?
I smelled the salt of the air. I know we're by the ocean. I don't know where exactly. There's woods around like I've never seen before. Thomas just looks kind of just shaken, a little bit. Like there's something he wants to say, but he just can't bring himself to do it.
So, is there any like loose metal on the bars where he can like, pull off to make like?
It's all like the best you see is rusted, where you'd have to break it. You could try, but it's all you'd have. It's a skill check.
Guys.
I know our hands are bound, but Illiyanna will go over and she'd try and give him a hug. I'm sorry if I accidentally squish you.
Thomas kind of smirks a little bit. His he really isn't blinking. He's just kind of like staring. Almost, for lack of a better term, that 1,000-yard stare. And he just kind of smiles and he goes, "Careful, my wife may be jealous." And he kisses Illiyanna in the cheek.
Roselynn just shakes her head. Yeah, he's fine. Let's get out of here.
Oh, you're right. Terribly sorry.
The last of the light recedes from the windows. Maad, again, you're the only one they can see. You guys hear steps and claws. And Maad, you see a number of gnolls ending up at the outside of the cages, the far one. You see them swing the door open and start pulling out everyone.
Leave them alone, he calls.
I don't seem to be too entertained by you right now. 3 distinct flames from outside these tall windows seem to illuminate them a little more as they start dragging people outside.
Yell, where are you taking them?
I'm gonna cast a daily.
Mm-hmm.
Antlyn's gonna go up to the cage since he can't see where Fowl is talking to, and he's gonna cast dancing lights.
Okay. How far
It's
away
up,
can they send to you?
up to 120 feet,
Yeah, these 3 little beams of light.
and they're
You're sending
4
them towards people,
torches. Well, wherever he's looking at.
right? Yeah. You send them screaming down towards them, and all of you witnesses they are pulling these people out and dragging them out front. Every single man, woman, and child inside the cage.
Hey! What's going on? What?
Can I try to do that subtly?
They're beams of light. They're going to be seen.
No. I mean, like, when I cast it.
You were trying to hide it from your party?
Yeah.
Yeah, sleight of hand. If anyone has a passive perception greater than 23, you've seen it. Because you'd be at disadvantage on your passive perceptions, which is -5.
I think 11 is a little bit.
So you don't see where... You don't understand him casting it, but you see these lights appear and dash down.
As they start dragging them off and all that, and he hears the screams of the prisoners, Thomas just looks down,
You hear,
like trying to be his mind in a different place.
you hear two distinct call-outs to you, Thomas. Your father and Frankie both say, "It's okay. You're going to tell our stories. You just need to survive."
Thomas just starts rocking back and forth.
You both of them call out, "We love you, Thomas. It's okay."
How tall is our cage?
12 feet.
12 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any other place that's rusted out?
There's little parts, but he was looking for the best spot. There's a number of them up there.
What about...
There's rust spots all over. But you have to realize to break out one of you it's gonna be you're gonna have to use rust spots and non-rust spots, except unless you're going through the top.
What? Rust spots and non-rust spots? Well, she's gonna pick one of the rust spots, so she's gonna slam her body against it to try to break it.
Okay, give me a strength check.
Okay.
Remember, it is a disadvantage.
Can I use the nat 20 that I had from
Okay,
last?
so just roll and you roll evenly.
Okay.
Put your shoulder down, but it budges a little bit, but doesn't break. And it just kind of echoes.
I want to do something. Breanne will look at Maad and say, "Is she still over there?"
Is she alive? Can I tell if she's breathing?
You gotta have to give me an investigation check.
Can the rest of us see it from the lights? I don't know where the lights are in comparison to the altar.
You can see her form at this point with the lights, but you can't make out detail.
Yeah, there's four
16,
torchlights.
She seems to be breathing, but very slow. Very, very slow.
She's still there, and she's breathing.
Alright, I am going to kind of call out in like kind of a loud whisper type of thing.
So you're going to say something. Because a loud whisper is basically talking.
Well, you know how people try and do that sneaky thing where they're like, "Hey!
Yeah,
hey!"
It's still just regular volume.
Yeah. But she's going to do that, and she's going to say in Draconic, and she's going to say, Bella, listen to me, please. You have to get up. We need you right now.
You call. You could definitely spoke loud enough for it to hear. There's no movement other than the breathing.
If you want to save your family, we need to get out of here now. Did you see any weapons when you were out there, Thomas? Anything that we can... Huh?
Thomas just rocks back and forth.
Roselyn's gonna get ready to...
You hear shouting and gnarling from outside.
Thomas tries his best to cover his ears.
Roselyn's gonna try to bang herself against the rusted part to try to get out again.
You see that, who's looking towards the altar and who's looking where?
Illiyanna is looking toward the altar.
I'm looking towards wherever the noise is coming from, which is probably the altar.
Yeah, the altar on the other side of those windows.
I was going to say I'm looking towards the door to the cage. I want to try it to see if they actually left it unlocked.
Okay.
Thomas would is not looking at anything but the ground.
Yeah.
What kind of check?
You can just try it. The door's locked.
Okay.
You hear the snarling intensify before, in an instant, those of you looking towards the altar, there's a dark spot that gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and the window explodes inwards. Glass going everywhere. Maad, you're at the door, right?
What's that?
Yes.
Maybe a deck save.
I'm going to do the nat 20.
Okay. Maad dives out of the way as that Gnoll with the whips. You see his form come slamming through the glass as if he has just been launched out of a catapult, slamming into the door, taking it straight through and being impaled on these rusty metal bars.
So it's broken open?
Yeah.
Well, why is that funny?
I'm gonna take this time and say, this is our chance. And he's going to get out of the cage quickly and look for something on the Gnoll to, like keys or weapons or anything.
So you guys are everyone's exiting the cage? Thomas?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thomas is staying in there.
Thomas, we
So
gotta
Thomas
go.
is in the cage.
Go straight over to the altar.
Okay. So you're sitting there on the altar trying to get these chains off, Val. Who's talking with Thomas?
Illiyanna.
I'm also still next to them also.
Yeah, you're in between. It's like 15 feet difference. Or something like that. 20, I think it's 35. Whatever.
Yeah, Roselynn will look over the Gnoll as well. For anything.
Don't got much.
Just nothing.
I'm looking for anything like weapons or anything like that.
Yeah, you're looking around.
Anything that can be used as a weapon.
You see kind of this on the far side over by the window, not on the window, but not towards the windows, but on the end you see like a door open, partially, and you can just see like all sorts of junk thrown in there. You're probably figuring that's where they just took everything and tossed it. So, with that, Thomas, who's talking to Thomas? I know Fal's trying to get the chains off Bellamine.
Breanne's gonna go help.
I would have paused just outside the cage looking back to Illiyanna and Thomas.
Thomas. Come on, we gotta go.
Thomas is just sitting there and just, mumbles over and over and over, my fault, my fault, my fault, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, my fault.
Thomas, we need to go.
It's not your fault. It's okay.
A second window shatters as the other Gnoll is thrown through as well, slamming
Thomas!
into the pillar.
If you wish to see your mother alive, we need to go.
Thomas just continues to rock.
Oh, you're not going to run, Thomas. You look up in one of the windows as you see her leaning against the walls.
Antlyn's gonna dash for that door to go find his weapons. Whoever else is trying to look for weapons, he would have called out too.
Yeah. Roselynn will go after Antlyn to go look to see if her weapons and stuff are there.
She drops down straight, just walking slowly, not in any hurry, seemingly enjoying even these last moments. She goes, "Oh, don't worry, Thomas. Your father's still alive. You didn't talk about me." The clicking of her boots as she slowly moves towards you. You've given up already. I knew they didn't choose wise people.
They?
Walking close, slowly closer. Oh, they indeed, dear. She pulls out this long blade and slowly Fal and Breanne strength checks to get the things off. She's slowly she's enjoying it, making it.
Natural 20.
Roll me an even one then, because you are. It is awesome.
I have 2.
Is she
So can I
moving?
just use like both of them?
Yeah, you use both sides.
Okay.
How long would it take to come back?
You're basically sprinting on the way out. You're getting there.
Okay.
We'll get you there. Basically, you get Breanne's very slow breathing body curled up in your arms. I take it that you and Maad are trying to run at least back towards the cage, if not towards her.
Back towards the weapons that we were told about.
Yeah. So Illiyanna and Thomas are... And Roselynn, where are you in all this?
She followed Antlyn.
Okay. So Illiyanna and Thomas just slowly walking towards you. Just enjoying watching the others squirm about.
Illiyanna would step in front of Thomas.
Not even gonna make it a chase. so sad. Antlyn, you come out with your bow. You've given the others what you found. Grab the gear.
Well, we can play tag if you want. You start. Run off. I'll try and find you.
I've already found you.
You did. You mentioned today that they had chosen people. What did you mean?
Oh, each of you weren't marked for death by mere coincidence. No.
Oh.
Each of you knows too much.
About what?
About everything, dear. How do you think your land knows about nothing else? Let alone your little gift there. She's getting closer. She's the point. Thomas, are you still walking?
Illiyanna will look down. I assume I know what she's talking about.
Is he rocking?
Yep.
Alright, at that point, Antlyn would knock an arrow, aiming for the lady, and he's just going to yell out, No, he's not going to fire away yet. He's just going to yell out, Thomas, if you don't move, I swear by the gods I will have Bellarmine breathe fire on your mother. And then he shoots.
So take a shot.
Antlyn! No!
Roselynn would do the same.
That is a hit.
Oh my god, no! You all are horrible people. I'm sorry. You don't threaten violence with somebody who is...
To hit her, strike her, dead in the shoulder.
Yeah.
She looks to it, yanks it out, and she actually pulls down her leather armor and just says, "You're not nearly strong enough, Antlyn." And you watch it just slowly heal on its own.
Wait until we were strong enough might be a better game for you.
I enjoy doing my work. However, she steps and touches and looks to Thomas. He didn't break the rules. And he did interfere. Not pointing to Thomas, pointing to outside. I shall give you an hour. And if you refuse to play the game, Thomas, I'll burn your father and Frankie alive. Do we have an accord?
Start grabbing everything in there. Everything that looks like our stuff.
Roselyn's gathering her own gear. Every little thing that she recognizes hers.
Does he move at all when he said that?
I'm wondering.
Thomas twitches. He looks up at her.
I'll make you watch. She smiles. Sickly sweet.
Thomas looks at her, smiles. He says, "I was just waiting to get extra time." Then he stands up and walks out of the cage.
Bravo, bravo. Oh! And throws the obsidian ship to your feet. And looks at you. Sure you don't want it.
Thomas looks at the
The deal is fine by me.
Thomas looks at the obsidian blade. He looks at each of them, staring at Bellarmine for a while on the altar.
Oh, she's in Breanne's arms, I think.
I'm sorry.
Just
Okay, looking at her. She's proud. She found Elena Valvo stickers.
Oh, yay!
So anyway, I'm proud of you.
Good job.
So, It costed $3. Okay, that's important. I'm sorry, y'all. I apologize for this.
It's okay.
He, like I said, he looks at.
Oh, Bailey.
There always has to be at least one time.
Of course.
He's gonna look. He's gonna look at. He's gonna look at Bellarmine for a while, and then look at Illiyanna, and he considers and he goes, "This makes for a better story." He looks at the others. Where's my gear?
Got
she
it.
Walks over, picks up this Ascidian blade, and goes, "Poor choice, son. Poor choice." Pulls her like the leather armor up on her sleeve, takes the blade, cuts it across her arm, and looks to you and Illiyanna, who had the best view of how quickly it healed. This wound does not heal. A shame. He wanted you to kill me. Puts it in her back and walks towards the altar. And says,
Why does it do that? Why? Who are you? What are
"Very
you?
well. Shall we? Your time's already running out. It would
Bring
be
the stuff.
a shame."
Gathers the rest of the gear and whatever gear is in there.
Illiyanna moves over, I guess.
I'm carrying the stuff to you guys.
Oh, okay. When you
Shall
get
we?
close, Illiyanna would whisper to you what she saw, that whatever blade it was. Could we tell it was obsidian or?
Black metal. I'm going to use the descriptors all the time. It's fine.
Okay, yeah, this some kind of black metal made it so that it still hurt her. Like when Antlyn shot the arrow, she showed us it healed. It was fine, but whatever from that blade, it didn't for whatever reason.
So as you're running out, Illiyanna, you get your stuff. There's a rumble and there's a jump on your head, as it was in your backpack the entire time. It's a little fatter. It's been eating grapes consistently, just waiting and biding its time. As you know, the flying squirrel attaches to your hair as you run.
He didn't leave. Glad he's okay.
So you guys burst out of these front doors. You look out and there's carnage everywhere. The people still seem to be chained. However, there are gnolls in pieces everywhere. Just bits and of them, just brutally taken. You see, them trying to, break their chains, and they've found some keys that they start unlocking. Thomas, the very edge of your distance, you and your father make eye contact. He just looks to you and goes, "Run. We'll be fine. Whatever that is doesn't want us."
That's because you're old. Thomas bolts.
Yeah. "I'm still better looking."
It's not what my
Wait.
wife says.
Which of you is faster?
So, you guys break into the woods, these thick, gnarled branches. I need everyone to make me an athletics check.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics. This is all athletics.
Okay, this is gonna turn out.
Oh.
So, all at disadvantage. 16.
Oh.
Just a moment. I'm sorry.
Oh, for some reason it's whisperable. Hold on.
That's fine. I can see it.
Okay, yeah, you can. So it's fine. Oh, great. It's a disadvantage. That's
Should we
good.
go back to Whisper Rolls?
Not for right now. You guys are fine.
Hells yeah!
3 nat ones.
Ah!
So, Antlyn and Breanne, you guys are out in front, carrying Bellarmine. Maad, you're pretty much in the middle somehow, as the other 3 are just trying to get and catch up. Maad, you look in front. It's almost as if the trees themselves have just swallowed Antlyn and Breanne. You guys just are sliding, like you've fallen in some sort of pit, looking down. Maad, you go to stop on the edge. I need a dex save. To anyone, you stop at the edge, as unfortunately the three lumbering people looking back, not looking where they're going, hit impact into you, and all of you go sliding down into this darkness. Maad, Antlyn, and Illiyanna.
Yeah.
You all think you should be able to see, including you, Maad. However, all you see is darkness. You hear a thud from Breanne, and a thud, I am aware, a thud from Antlyn, as they look up, there is something massive staring both of you in the face, and that is where we end tonight's session.
Oh my gosh.
So, it's been fun. We've had plenty of interaction. Twitch, it's been great, guys. We'll see you tomorrow at some point. Raid is rescheduled to tomorrow. Probably play some D&D as well. More DM workshop Sunday. And then we got a bunch of stuff to work on for Pharrell. So we will see you next week with these guys. Everyone say goodbye.
Bye.
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 And that is all for tonight.